MailChimp's customer journey builder.
Hold on. Yo. Hold on. Can I? There we go. Yo, what's going on? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? It is your boy. It is the young man. It is the handsome host himself, Double O. And this is, hold on. Let me set my drink real quick. The Double O Show.
Brought to you by Special Delivery.
Special Delivery is in the building. Shout out to the delivery. Ooh.
Special Delivery.
I hope you're feeling well. I hope you're feeling swell. Today is, what's today? The 22nd. 22nd, you know what I'm saying? The end of the month is fastly approaching. So, I hope your January was well. I hope it was swell, superb, splendid. You know what I'm saying? Today I got my co-host with me, as always.
What it do?
Team Dog.
Say it to me.
Y'all already know what team it is.
I already know.
And today we got a special guest in the building. Someone who she's supposed to be on here earlier.
True.
Like earlier in the months.
Whole facts.
But I was being crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad we're here now. I'm glad she came.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? So thank you. So we got, you want to introduce yourself?
Absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. Do your thing.
Just to let you guys know, I'm known by many names like God, some people call me Tip Set. Some people know me as Tip Drill, but my name is Tippy Tall Girl.
Oh.
I'm a Baltimore comedian. I got a whole bunch of slashes and commas and stuff like that. I'm actually writing a book right now called Just Put the Tip In. I also got, shows coming up, which are also listed as Just Put the Tip In and soon to be podcasts, also known as Just Put the Tip In. So yeah,
That's
I'm out here. Yeah, you got to brand your shit.
You know
yeah. So yeah, follow all 3 or 8 of my pages because I get deleted a lot. So
Tippy Tall Girl in the motherfucking building.
Tippy Tie, Tippy T.
You know what I'm saying? And you know how we usually get down on the Double O Show, try to spread that peace, love, and prosperity. Things of that nature. But today, I was like, I'm going to be different. I'm just, we're going to be up here chopping. Just chopping it up like some chopped cheese. You know what I'm saying? Shout out New York. So today, first of all, how is everyone feeling? How's everyone feeling?
Yeah, we doing
good.
Man. We doing good.
We got Baby Goat in the building, y'all.
Baby Goat.
Okay, Baby Goat.
Baby Goat.
If you don't know who Baby Goat is, I don't know what to say.
Look, all I know is about a Baby Shark. I got a 4-year-old, so.
Baby Shark.
Oh, my God.
How many kids you have?
Sir, you ask women that.
I don't.
Hell no.
For real?
How many years tell you last time? Say I'm lying. I'm lying. I have 4 children. I got twins that are 17. I got a 13-year-old son that's like 6'1", and then I got a 4-year-old. I don't know how the hell I got a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? But
that's recent.
It happened. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Man, I conceived her while I was in the divorce process. So.
All good.
Shout out to baby Katie.
Yeah, shout out to Katie.
I don't know how she made it, but she's here.
So Tippy Tall Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you are a Baltimore comedian.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Like I said before, I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you. So you are a Baltimore comedian. So, how long have you been doing comedy? Like, so I want you to take us back. Take us back to like the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like Genesis. You know
I told you I got many names like God. So like it's just blasphemous, right? I'm just saying. So I'm gonna say I started doing comedy at the dinner table with my brother and my father and my mother.
Okay.
So everybody in my family is Virgos except for my mother. And be honest with you, we used to fry her ass up at the table. You know what I mean? We all had to eat dinner together. We used to fry my mother ass up. I ain't gonna hold you. So that's probably when I started. I'm not the funniest person in my family. My father is. He retired cop, Northwest District, Baltimore. But the first time I got on stage was an accident, be honest with you.
How old were you when you...
It wasn't even that long ago. Maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
But I'm talking about getting on stage in reference to like just doing straight stand-up comedy. I had already had a podcast that was out, which I still run a page for. It's called Ayo Podcast.
Ayo Podcast.
Ayo, right. So, but I was also doing that show with another comedian named comedian Chris Dow. So we would do, she would actually host Capitol Lounge, which is on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Okay.
It's like the old choppers or whatever. So, I just went there just to support her. And she was just like, next person coming to the stage. This is her first time. I'm looking around like, oh shit, okay, this is nice.
Yeah, like I wonder who it is.
And then she like, Tippy, talk. I said, I know you fucking lying. So she called me on stage. So it was just weird. Just so happened that when I got there, and people told me to stop doing this, I posted my location. Like I took a picture where I was at before the show started. So I had a little, my ex, he showed up at the show. I mean, so like I saw him there or whatever, but I kind of was like, you know what? It would be real funny if I started talking about him or whatever. Because in the moment, I'm like, why are you here? You know what I mean? So.
Oh, so he was your ex at that time.
Yeah, like we had just broke up. I'm talking about like that week.
Oh,
so.
shit.
So I get on stage and I'm like, I keep like being like security. His ass, I wink at you, go get his ass, right? I just kept in the middle of everything I was saying, but I was just up there talking. They stood up, gave me a standing ovation. That was it. I was hooked. So.
And ever since then, you just
started.
like,
I kept going back every week. I kept going back. It was called What's So Funny. They don't do it now, but that was it. It'd be like comedy was like air to me then. Yeah. It's like a rush, like I would not even get nervous on stage. It wouldn't be till I got off stage. Then I just start overthinking like, damn, was that even funny? Like, I always tell people I don't even breathe when I'm on stage. Like, I can't hear when I'm on stage. So,
You just be saying your stuff.
Just be like.
So, what kind of comedy do you like do? Because I know it's like different kinds for real.
Yeah.
So what is your style, I guess?
Well, people always say that I'm more like a storyteller. But I would say I'm closer to, because this is my favorite comedian, like a Corey Holcomb. Like, my mouth is terrible. You know what I mean? So even when I come to like my stand-ups, I try to dress very feminine because I know my mouth is very ridiculous. You know what I mean? I'm definitely going to talk about wild shit like eating ass and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to talk about, anything. You know what I mean? So people be like, oh, like, you kiss your mother with that mouth? Right. Like,
sure do.
Yeah, sure do. It's like, no, I don't kiss my mother. But,
so storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say storytelling is what I like to do. That's why I like people like Dave Chappelle or like Ari Spears, like people that just uninhibited, just say whatever they want to say, To me, I look, absolutely. I look at it like therapy. You know what I mean? Like, when I get on that stage, you're going to hear about whatever's going on in my life. Maybe some shit I embellish on, but I'm not really somebody that lies a lot on stage. I don't even see how comedians be doing that shit, but they be doing it well. Like, just to do something just to say for it's funny. Like, it's easy for me just to speak on wild shit that's happened to me,
Cause that shit real, like.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. So, not all of it, but I'm gonna say about 95% of what I say on stage. If it did not happen to me, it happened to somebody that I'm close to. So, yeah. So
do you think? Cause I know, like, in this day and age, like people, like we were saying earlier, like people get real offended easily.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So do you take that into consideration, like when you go up on stage and be like, let me try to offend these people? Like, for example, like when Dave Chappelle and he was talking about like he made jokes about the LGBT.
Oh my God! And they went crazy on that.
They went crazy on his ass.
They still are though.
They still trying to protest and things of that nature. So, yeah, that's my question. So
I talk about all of that shit.
So do you just be like, I'm gonna just go up here and however you feel is however you feel.
Well, I do. I actually write all my jokes in advance. Okay. So whatever I've got written on that paper and whatever I've retained is what I'm gonna talk about. I don't care who's in the audience. The only time I've ever had an issue at first was with white people, because it was like, and it's weird, and it wasn't just like white people. It was like couples where it was like white women, black men in the crowd. Like every time I would go to like Sully's, that's on, I don't even know what, I think it's on Bel Air Road. It may not be on Bel Air, but somewhere over there. But yeah, like it was a lot of couples where it was like white women, black men. And I don't know, it was almost one of those things where I was like the guys would love me. The white women be sitting there like, this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but so you just got to kind of like meet everybody at their needs at a certain point. You know, like the stuff that I go through is not just only black women go through it or only black Baltimore women go through it or whatever. So you just gotta.
It's like everybody go through this thing.
Yeah. Start off with a lot of universal type jokes and then go into more specific things is what I look at it. So, yeah.
Okay. So what would you, so you've been in the game since that your first time. So that was 6 years. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel like in that 6 years, like how do you feel like things have gone for you as far as comedy?
Well, I had a lot of things that have happened to me in comedy. Like being a female comic and being a female comic in Baltimore, it is not easy. When I tell you, it is not easy at all. Like I'm gonna say the first 2-3 months of me doing comedy, I got ruthied by somebody in a club. Like ruthied.
Like Rick Ross.
I didn't even know that people use Rutherin, but ruthied
I
means
was
right.
Ask, what does ruthied mean?
It's when somebody take it, it's like a drug like Rutherin, or you can just put ruthied, right? Or put something in there that makes you like, you know, slow down, you know, so that you know, or like black out.
Off your shits.
So yeah, but the messed up thing about it was when it happened, I know, you know, like when you somebody that's a drinker, come on now. First of all, I do not drink more than 1 or 2 drinks before I get on stage, or I may not drink. Well, I may at least drink like 1 drink, or like when I drink, I don't consume a certain amount of alcohol around men. Period. Like you know, when I'm like doing
you want to stay
my
sharp.
thing, stay sharp. Period. So didn't even drink this day for real, but came off stage and it was weird because I feel like the person who was the bartender was in on it because she was like, oh, the girl, she left without her drink. She was like, well, hey, baby, you want this drink or whatever like that? So it was a dude sitting right next to me. So I was like, I mean, that's cool. But first time I drank it, I was like, it tastes nasty. Like, I was like, I can't drink this. So like, I, you know, hit it one more time and I was like, you know what? I can't drink this shit. I was like, So, my bad. My ex-husband calling me, but he don't want nothing. So, but yeah, first of all, let me go back. Why do you guys video call you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they want to see your face.
You call me regular, weirdo.
No.
Like, that's some weird ass shit, yo. And don't call me through Instagram either, you weird ass niggas.
Oh, so you calling on Instagram?
No, I'm just saying it's probably a couple people in my life. Hey, right, call me through my fucking Instagram.
See me, I like FaceTime. I can't.
I like FaceTime with the people I don't want to look at. not some weird ass nigga that just, you know, be sending me dick pics all day. And I'm like, bro, you don't even know my real first name, loser. Like,
I want to see your fucking face.
Fuck. Like, yeah. So, right, back to what I was saying though. But it was kind of corny because it was like I told people like, yeah, I feel like somebody reached me. And the way that it worked was like I walked out of the place. I was walking to my car. Everything's like moving around. You know how you know somebody walking behind you? So it was like I went to go turn. I could see somebody walking like right behind me. But then another comedian came out of nowhere. Was like, hey, you good? And I was like, nah, I'm not really feeling well. He like, let me walk you to your car. All of a sudden the guy dips off, right?
Oh.
So he saved me that night because you never know how that could have went.
Yeah, real
So
talk.
yeah, so even when I came back to the establishment, I'm telling them like, yo, I got root and stuff, and they like, well, maybe you just had too much to drink. You know, you a drinker. They just going through this whole motion. I'm telling you, I mean, like even if you don't want to do nothing with me, I'm like, you need to watch who's in your establishment. 2 weeks later, little white girl falls out
At the same
same
spot.
place. They call an ambulance. They like everybody want to come back to me teary-eyed and stuff. Why are you crying now? Why? Because a black female got ruthied and you ain't believe her? Oh, okay.
But then when a white girl,
But how about this? Even the guy that did it, I know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So he might still follow me too. So if he watching,
Hey, he
what's up?
follow you.
Yeah, he did. He was followed all my pages. So it's like one of those things where it was like, you know, they was like, whoa, you want us to do something to him? I'm like, you ain't got to do nothing to him. Like, I'm like, I know who he is. I know where he at or whatever like that. But since then, he did it to like 2-3 other girls. So now he like banned. So, but you know what I mean? But that's what I'm trying to say. People will say that they going to book you. They just want to fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, so me being older, I'm grown enough to know, like, you ain't going to do nothing that I don't want to do. I'm not going nowhere that I don't feel comfortable. I usually bring somebody with me or I go somewhere where I've already been there before, you know, so especially in other states. Like, these be like, I'm down in Virginia. I pay for your hotel stay. Why I
Like,
gotta
fuck
stay? I'm like, tell me
I don't
more.
know you, nigga.
Right, but that's how it be though. They be like, I'm gonna send you the first half now through Cash App, and I'm like, so what am I escorting to tell you these jokes? Like, which one is it? But that's
Yeah.
really how that shit be though. So you just gotta keep it. Like I'm telling you, with female comedians, we go through a lot. Like if you have a look, or if your comedy is too similar to another female, they won't book you on the same show as another female.
So
you know what I mean?
I'm not really hip into the comedy scene.
Yeah.
But I know another comedian is like Jess Hilarious, for example.
Yeah.
So like if they
Wonderful
said,
person.
you met her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So if they said you made like similar jokes to her, they're not gonna book you?
No. And then if you look the same as another one, like so if it's another tall, thick, light-skinned comedian, they're not booking both of us on it, you know, most of the time. But shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my homeboy Easy. You know, like
Ain't no free shout outs on you.
I'm okay.
That's
Wow.
all right.
I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? It was weird because like I've never been booked with my boo, Woo Woo the comedian. It's like we've never been booked together, and he was probably the first person in years that has booked us together. You know what I'm saying? She's tall, she's light skinned. I couldn't understand why. You know, we do have similar sets, but I'm way more raunchier than Woo Woo. She's way more respectable than me on the mic. You know what I'm saying? And she has been doing this way longer than me too. So, but you know.
So do the female comedians in Baltimore, do y'all like hook up together? Like, is there a big group chat?
So what we do is we definitely have each other's backs. There are some lone people who I feel like, they be like, fuck all y'all, I'm just going to do me, whatever. But at some point you have to kind of loop back around. You're never not going to see these people. So it's really not good to like burn yourself with people. I've had like comedy beef, like I was on Baltimore Street cussing this nigga out like, fuck you, bitch. But most of the time that's because like you should not date comedians if you're a comedian. Like,
so you dated a comedian?
Exactly. So it went bad, yo. But I tell you, it went bad, and it was like one of those situations where we was cool as shit, like everything was good, but as soon as my dumb ass, I don't even know what happened. It might have just been a night I just had too much to drink, and I got on stage and I made a joke about little niggas, but I said little niggas, like, and it said his name, and I was like, oh shit. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, it's a problem. Yeah, I was like, oh, you fucked up, right? Yeah, I fucked up. So, yeah, but, like after that, it was just one of those things where because I wanted to keep it on the low too. Like, because you don't want it to mix with your money and stuff.
Right.
But then he started doing this thing where he like, don't work with her. Don't book her. And I'm sitting there like, yo, you such a hater.
Fucking my money.
Yeah, we got to the point we was on Baltimore Street cussing each other out. Now we the bet, yo, we cool as shit now. Like this nigga like my brother now. It's weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, but it is what it is. Like, they tell you do not mess with a comedian. My dumb ass came right in, like, first person I see, like, you. Right. Like, but that's how that shit goes. You live and you learn and stuff. Right. But yeah, the women, I haven't had any big issues with like my sisters in comedy. I had one person do some fuck shit where it was like,
I couldn't talk about it.
We can talk about all of this.
Come on, baby,
talk about it.
Come on.
Like, I'll tell you, see, that's one thing about me. It's not because they know they did it and they're not going to be upset with me because we've, healed from the situation at this point. So yeah, I dated. So I did date another comedian, but I knew him since we were little. So really, it was like we were like family friends type.
He just so happened to be a
comedian. Yeah. It was like one of those things where like it's like I came into Capitol Lounge, and my homegirl was like, yeah, I want you to meet this comedian. Like, he's really cool. He's cute, or whatever like that. So it was like we walked up to each other. He was like, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, what's up? Like, and we was like talking or whatever, but he went on first before me. So I was like, I'm gonna watch his set. I sat in the front row and he stopped in the middle of his set and was like, I'ma just, keep it 100. I want to know if you want to go on a date with me. I said,
while he was on
the mic. I was like, sir, I was like, that's cute, but finish your set. Like, don't put my shit on there like that. But definitely went on a date with him. And it was cool, but we had like a really good relationship. It was really cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see like the two walking up with holding hands and he pulling the chair out for me, whatever. But being a female comedian, a lot of guys don't want to date you because it's like, this guy told me one time that female comedians are like strippers. Like, men can pay to come see you whenever they want to, and you got to entertain them. And so if you like a really like insecure ass dude, we're around all men. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of female comedians in Baltimore. So, and they definitely trying to crack you every 3 seconds. So
For
it's
real.
like, yeah, they be like, oh, you know, they might not even like you like that. They just be like, you're here.
They
Kind of
trying
like,
to joke you out your drawers.
right. Like on some Monica Lewinsky type shit. Like, you know, who's closest? Like, you're here. What you doing after this type? Yeah. So, you know, yeah, okay, so with the female comedian, so she used to tell me all the time, she'd be like, oh, I love your relationship and this, that, and the third, whatever.
And this the relationship with the
guy that I've known for a long time.
Okay.
So it was just one of those things where one day he just started acting crazy towards me. And then, like, we ended up, like, breaking up with each other. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even know what happened. It was just, like, whatever. But come to find out, when I got sick, he kind of, like, looped around because it was during COVID. And he was just like, I just want to check on you, bring you like a little care package. That was cool. You can come past the house and drop something off, whatever. But he was like, you do know the reason why I broke up with you is because the other comedian girl said you had sex with her cousin. And I'm sitting there like, her cousin? I don't even know her cousin or whatever. She was like, no, for real. Like, she said you had sex with him. So I was like, okay. I knew he followed me on Instagram. So I called him on Instagram. This random dude that I knew that was his cousin. Come to find out, I was like, okay, I'm sitting here with, you know what I'm saying, that my ex-boyfriend, have me and you ever touched this, that, and the third, whatever. He was like, no, or whatever. And come to find out, she was with him. So she heard the whole conversation, right? So yeah, so speed it forward. We cleared that up on this side. He like, I feel so bad. Oh my God. Why didn't I come to you, ask you, hey, you did what you did, buddy. I'm good. You know, I'm already dating somebody else. I'm fine. But when I seen her, oh, baby.
It's on and popping.
Yeah, it was, no, it was
Ready to
like,
rumble.
nah, I just was like, can I talk to you for a second? You know what I mean? So I was like, I just want to know, because I never had nobody like lie on me. You know, guys get lie. Well, I feel like people do lie on people's stuff. We're like, oh yeah, I smashed her. Never did it.
Real talk.
But you know, with everything that's going on, you like trying to diminish my reputation. I'm somebody to talk about everything. Like, so don't put nothing on me I ain't putting on myself.
You
so,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, so I told her, I was like, so, I mean, she was like, I apologize. She was like,
But why she say that?
she was just like, I was jealous of y'all relationship. I was like, but I was like, I even heard that she tried to like slide him. I was like, so did you get what you was looking for? She was like, no. I was like, well, what have you learned from this? You know what I'm saying? I'm still a mother. You know what I mean? Like, what have you learned from this? So yeah, so you know, the great thing about it is we did a show after that. She's booked me since then. You know what I mean? Like, we went out of town together. Like, so yeah, it ain't no love lost on my end, you know.
Damn.
But that's some wild shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's like, you know, it's Crab City anyway. You know what I mean? So
The
sometimes
city, Baltimore, man.
Baltimore rough, yo. You like, you have comedy beat, yo. We supposed to be having fun. We supposed to be
know what I'm
laughing and
saying?
shit. Like, but yeah, so sometimes I can be naive, you know. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Ray Diva. Yes, it's she already know what it is. Another wonderful female comedian. Yeah,
Okay.
But when I tell you, if you going through something, they gonna have your back.
They gonna have
Like
it.
Maria Sanchez, she like shit. She almost fought somebody. Like, she like, don't let these niggas they do not play about
She
you.
almost fought somebody for you.
What? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, like they, because it's like one of those things where I
Probably
do.
got hands.
Oh yeah, I know how to fight. But see, my problem is, and it's actually going to get us into what I was talking to you about earlier. I have a problem with saying yes real quick to stuff when I know I'm not in a place to say yes. You know what I mean? I just want to like make everybody happy, but if it doesn't, you know, like, I know when it comes to like certain things like mental health, you know, everybody's talking about that now. But if you know you're not in the right place in your life and you got stuff going on and it's too much, taking on extra things that, you know, even if it's a good look, even if it's a great, you know, situation, if it's not good for you, sometimes you got to just tell people no. If they don't fuck with you after that,
Then
it is what it is. You know what I mean? But
it wasn't meant to be.
yeah, like when I say I got kids, I have to make sure I'm good for them first. But, and that's what I always say this quote, like, you know how you get on a plane and they be like, you got to secure your mask before you can secure somebody else's? I believe in that. You know, like, I can't be good for them if I'm not good. I can't be good for my platform or whatever if I'm not good.
Real
So
talk.
That's what it
They
is.
say self-love is the best love.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And masturbation is very important.
Oh, shit.
Let me tell you, y'all should. I'm telling you, don't let nobody tell you. Having sex is a natural thing. I mean, just be
sure.
right, protect yourself, but just masturbate. Like,
Just masturbate.
I tell people that all the time. You got to get that shit out. Like, get it out.
See,
He over here like,
we
what
talk?
the hell is going on?
because he like, should we talk about it?
We talked about stuff like that.
We did,
Yeah, so it's just like
it's just crazy you saying that.
Yeah.
It's very important.
I feel like, I don't know. I don't like. If we being real, I don't like beating my shit. I
Yeah.
feel like I need to beat somebody else.
Yeah,
You know?
that's understandable. That's understandable.
Because it's like you just do that shit and then you just like.
I just be
sit
laying
there
there like, I ain't gonna lie.
You be like, and then you be disgusting with yourself.
Yeah,
you know
you
about
just be-
post. I love talking about post cum clarity, yo. Like,
Yo, that shit is real.
yo,
that shit real.
Yo, as soon as you get yours, you look around like you nasty bitch. Like, look at yourself. Then go clean yourself
What
up.
the fuck did I
Yes,
do?
that be me all day. But so it is crazy. Like I tell people all the time, I didn't even start masturbating until like I separated from my husband. Never had did it in my life. Never watched porn before. Nothing.
Dang.
And then it was like once I started, damn, it was like a new toy and shit like that. So I feel like
Said fuck him.
everything you do has to be in moderation. Let's put it that way. That's right. It's like, and the more you know, right? I feel like I need a little rainbow shit, like right. I'm
A
like,
little Disney Channel shit.
yeah, right. Yes.
We got Tippy Tall Girl in this motherfucker,
In the
man.
building.
So listen, y'all. I'm gonna take a quick break because we done talked about a lot so far, and we still got a lot to go. You know what I'm saying? Double
We
low.
got, and I got a lot to say.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, let's go.
So I'm gonna take a break. We're gonna play a quick song, and then I'm gonna dive straight back. We're gonna play some more Gunna, okay?
Okay, Gunna.
I got some dollars on my head featuring Young Thug. Oh, hold on.
That came in hot.
I don't want y'all to hear that ad, you know what I'm saying? All right, we good. Here we go. All right, I'll be back, y'all. Stay
We be
tuned,
back.
stay tuned, stay tuned. Hello.
Hi there.
Hey there. Hello. Hold on, did I mute you?
Yeah, I'm always muted.
Okay, my fault.
They be trying to mute me.
They trying to mute you on Instagram. They trying to mute you.
You know
on
what I
the
mean?
podcast.
That's how I know I'm doing something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? If
Niggas
they
be
trying to shut
hating.
you down, they hating on you. That means you're doing something right.
Who's
up about
noise
that?
they gonna make you quiet.
You know what I'm
They gonna try to
saying?
Make you quiet.
Hey.
Talk your shit.
Hey, man.
What was I about to ask you? Well, welcome back.
Hey.
Welcome back. Oh, jeez. We were having a nice conversation while we were off air, and I was going to ask Tippy Tall Girl a question, but it completely slipped my mind.
In reference to
In reference to your chill. Okay, I
even
remember.
before I can, actually I'm gonna go live again for the people.
Yeah, you gotta go live for the
Yeah.
people.
Shout out to my horse. I'm just playing. I don't have it. It's just me.
Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. So, what is your advice for like younger people trying to go out and get it? Because they see you, you know what I'm saying, a young lady who's out here competing with different comedians as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She's out here making her own bag.
Yep.
So what do you say to, people that's trying to do their own thing? Like, do you have any advice for like younger people?
So my whole thing is sometimes you just gotta bet on yourself. I think the biggest thing with me, fear. I always thought that I had to work a 9 to 5 or like I had to have a big business behind me for me to be, something like, because it was kind of cool. Like I tell everybody, I worked for BG&E for about 11 years, and it was this whole thing. It was like I was Tiffany from BG&E. You know what I'm saying? So people like, oh, she must got money, or like, oh, she must be this, then whatever. Or like even getting my degree in the middle of me getting both of my degrees, I kind of was just like, is college really for me? But I was like, I'm gonna finish it because I'm not just gonna quit. You know what I mean? But it's like I got an engineering degree, never used my engineering degree. But the fact that I have an engineering degree, I feel like it opened doors for me because I can say, oh, I'm Tiffany with the engineering degree or the
Real
pre-law
talk.
degree. You know what I'm saying? And so I do. Like, this is something I tell my kids and their friends all the time. If you feel as though try to figure out what it is that makes you happy, that you're good at, and invest in that. You know, understand what I mean? Don't spend so many years investing in other people's dreams, because the most of people that own companies, they don't have the degrees you have. Like they, because they bet on themselves. You know what I mean? So I feel like even with comedy, I got into it so late. People have been telling me since I was in middle school, you need to do comedy. But I never thought, I'm like, but what comedians make money? But I'm here to tell you, I mean, when I get booked, they be like, do 10 minutes, we'll pay you like $150. So think about it. Like last weekend, I did a show in Baltimore. The show was from 4 to 8. I turned around, I went on like 5, left Baltimore at 7, drove to Philly, did a show in Philly. So, I got paid, a couple $100 here. Then when I went up there, the headliner just didn't show up. He was from Philly, just didn't show up. So he like, look, you want to do like 30, 40 minutes? I'll pay you yours and his. So how many people can make $400, $500? You know what I mean? And I'm only on stage for like less than an hour. You know what I mean?
That's just a day.
That's some real ass shit. So like I was telling them, one thing that I did was with my kids, my daughters, when they were young, they started playing the harp. Like somebody came up to me at a book fair, John Hopkins book fair, and they were like, you ever thought about your kids playing the harp? They may have been about 5 or 6. I'm like, no, I didn't even know that, people played the harp. Like, you know what I mean? So she was just like, well, our grad students, they need to get teacher credits. So they're like, they just, pretty much teach little kids to play the harp and they get their credits. So I was just like, oh, well, it's free. They're like, of course, it's free. Wonderful. So I started taking them. Then I started realizing, they're picking this up very quickly. Then they got entered into the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra for Children. I'm like, oh, this is something real. But the hours that they had to put in, they like, oh, this is too much. But they told them that once they got a certain age, you can now tutor. Instead of you paying for lessons, you can tutor younger kids the way that you were tutored, and your lessons are free. So they started doing it. So it got to a point where they start playing baby showers. They start playing weddings. They start playing funerals. You know what I'm saying? All types of things. And now, like I got a daughter that she's 17. She's getting booked between probably like $7,500 an hour. If you guys want to book her, DM me, and she's booked. You know what I mean? She's booked. Yeah, but it's amazing just to see, what I'm saying, something like that. And I just feel like you need to invest in yourself now. I'm the age I am. I was just telling them that I was just so tired of working 12 to 16 hours a day. As a parent, I couldn't cook for my kids. I felt like I couldn't have life to myself, or I was just so stressed out. So like I said, I was asked, do you want to come to radio school? I was like, I never even thought about doing radio. Like I had podcasts, I do comedy, but why would I want to do radio? So, Radio Phil, shout out to Radio Phil. He was like, why don't you just try it out? So I came to radio school. Loved it. Absolutely love radio school. I was like, oh shit, I could do this.
And she killed that shit, by
now,
the way.
I was like, I could do this. You know what I mean? So yeah, did the radio school. And while I was in there, I was like, you know what? I was like, on my birthday, I'm going to quit my job. People was looking at me like, you ain't going to quit that fucking job. Like, I mean, I ain't going to hold you. And I ain't even saying on no flex. I probably was making close, not 6 figures, but I was up there. You know what I mean?
Making some good bank.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Even our yearly bonuses was like $10,000. You know what I'm saying?
Godly.
But I'm also smart with money. That's another thing. You need to learn how to manage your money. I feel like black people are not taught finances. I'm always been somebody who saves. Always had a 401k. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just need to learn, about business and you learn about money. So yeah, my male best friend was like, hey, the market flipped. Your house is worth like $100,000 more than you owed on it. I was like, $100,000 more. I'm like, so I could sell my house today and they gonna write me a check for $100,000. He was like, yes. Put that shit on the market. And guess what? That motherfucker sold in a month.
Motherfucker go.
They sold in a
Yo, that's crazy.
My twins about to, graduate. I knew that they was about to graduate in a couple months. So I'm sitting there like, we can go live in an apartment for a couple months. Like, it ain't really that heavy, and I can pay myself. I quit. Fuck that job. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened that the same day that I quit, one of my closest friends, he died. So it was like, I actually didn't know that he died because he was in a horrible accident. Well, he died, and what they did was they resuscitated him and put him into a coma, like a they induce them into a coma. So it's like I found out a couple days later. I was out at the strip club on my birthday. You know, after that, I was
having
in
a ball.
What? I ain't even know that it happened. I was like kind of weirded out. Like, this nigga ain't even hit me on my birthday. Like, what's up with him? I'm hitting his phone and shit. I'm like, all right, well, he probably done got into something or whatever. So I went to South Carolina the next day, came back that Sunday, and they like, yo, you know that happened. So I'm like, God, that's crazy. But that's what I said. I just put my house on, you know, the market. Found out what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to move. It's a quick sale. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff is happening. And then that's when, you know, Phil asked me to be on the radio. So it's like.
It's a lot going on.
What?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And the worst thing about it, I decided to move to a third floor. I don't know if y'all know. You know, it's me and my daughters. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, when it happened, my son was actually visiting with his father in Tampa. And I decided just to be like, just stay in Tampa with your father. So I've never not lived with my son. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
So I'm going through that. You know what I mean? Missing my kid. And it was just a lot. So, but, you know, he like, oh, this is a good, you know, it's a morning show. This is a good look. And it was, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to be on a morning show at a radio station. You know what I mean? Like, I just went through radio school. I didn't even know if I was good enough. Everybody like, oh, you did a great job. But I'm sitting there like, you know, everybody did a great job, you know, but he was just like, but no, you got it. You know what I'm saying? We need you. Let's do it. So I said a fast yes when I should have did a slow no, be honest with you. You know what I mean? And that's just how life works. You know what I mean? You just want to be there for your friends. You want to, but again, I'm supporting somebody else's dream when I know I had already said to myself, girl, you need to start focusing on your brand. This is what you need to start throwing shows and stop worrying about people booking you. Book yourself. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? I'd already had this little speech, you know, myself, but of course,
say yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I said yeah, like it was like I said. So I did ended up on the Morning Source with 1500 Radio.
Shout out 1500 Radio.
Shout out 1500 Radio. Shout out the Morning Source, Secura B, Cheap Party Rocker. Like when I say. At this point, we like family. You know what I mean? We done had days where we wanted to slap the shit out of each other. And then we done had days where I'm just talking about you sitting there and you just like, look this bitch. And then it's like we on the air and we just like, hey, and this is the weather and whatever. And then the other thing was on the radio, you can't curse. Oh my God, curse, I am a potty mouth. So I'm sitting there like, oh my God, how can I make it through this without cursing? So that's when I created Just Put the Tip In, because to me it was like a way that I could use, I don't know, like kind of, you know, you just use my wordplay to maybe talk sexually but not make it, you know, keep it like PG-13, you know what I mean? Because you can say certain words like ass, or I think like it's like 3 words you can say, like ass, damn, and I don't know, hell. That's it. You know what I mean? So
the anything else off limits.
Yeah. So I used to every day I would give my like semi-rad shit love advice. You know what I mean? Like Baltimore love advice. You know what I mean? You know, stuff like that. So and it was cool, you know. But getting up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm just not a morning person. I'm just not a morning person. And then I have a 4-year-old. You know, 4-year-olds want to sleep in a bed with you. Then I have other kids I got to worry about. Leaving my kids in the house while I got to go to work, it doesn't sit right with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you got to understand, it's a huge dynamic between being like a mom. And I'm an old school mother. I'm talking about I cook every day. Like, everybody sits down at the table. I don't give a shit if your friends are coming over and visiting. You're going to sit at this table. I serve them. Their friends be like, I've never sat at the table in my life. Like, you got your mother put a place setting out for us and stuff. Like, did y'all pray before y'all? Like, yeah, this is what we do. Like, I don't play.
Real dinner over
here. It's dinner. I had it, and you guys gonna have it also. But yeah, so I wasn't willing to like, I feel like my kids sacrificed a lot for me. You know what I mean? They've been my biggest supporters when I need to be out at hours of the night. And you gotta think, comedians make their money at night. So if I'm doing a comedy show and getting booked, I may not get in the house till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Now I gotta get up at 4 and be back out the house. Like, it's just impossible. And then on top of that, like I was telling you before, mental health is so important. Like, I have high anxiety. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even just, I have ritualistic OCD. I don't know if you ever seen like somebody who before they leave the house, they got to touch certain things, that, but nobody, it's one of those things that you kind of like hide. You don't really show nobody. But yeah, like that's some real shit. So if I leave, if I don't do everything I need to do before I leave, anxiety attack. You know what I mean? Then the anxiety attack may take like 30 minutes. You going through hot and cold sweats. You know what I mean? I sweated my hair out before. I mean, like I've done so. That's why I keep my hair in braids. People like, why you always got faux locks? Because I'm having anxiety attacks every day. You know what I mean?
Damn.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Like when you never know what somebody is going through. You know, and then it's like when you have mental health issues, a lot of times you see it in your kids. Or then you understand why your parents acted a certain way and things happen. So you give my biggest thing, and one thing I always say when I get on stage, giving people grace. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like I was telling you before, people that did some fuck shit to me, but you don't know why. You know, like they done probably been through some fuck shit too. You know, so
They just living how they was taught to live.
right, hurt people, right? So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, my whole thing is, I try to just be authentically myself. Whether it's sometimes ratchet, sometimes messy. At that moment, that's just who I am. I mean, and my whole thing is I will apologize. You know what I mean? If I do some fuck shit myself, but yeah, like I'm not gonna be too hard on myself because I need to be here for some other people, you know, for my kids and stuff like that. So yeah.
Real fucking
We're
talk.
dropping gems today. So
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
we're gonna drop gems today, right?
Let me ask you that as far as you being yourself, because we live in an age where like today people
Hey, boo.
kind of like they like to play somebody that they're not. They be you know what I'm saying? They
Try
like
to be
to
other people.
right, or they put on like a costume.
I call sending your representative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like sending your representative. So how is it? You already explained the importance of like being authentic, being you.
Yeah.
That's just how you are. But how does it like? What did it take you to like get you to that point? You get what I'm saying? To be like, you know what? I'm gonna just be me. Fuck what everybody else think. You get what I'm saying?
Having an amazing father, and I feel like a lot of people in Baltimore don't have it.
That's very factual.
My dad, since I was little, he always told me I was enough. He always called me beautiful. He just always told me like nobody's gonna love you more than I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like he just was awesome. You know what I mean? Because you can't just have your mother's love. You need to have your father's love too.
Let's
also
fucking talk about it.
let's say it together. And you need to see people go through resolve with each other. Like so. You can have a mom and
fucking talk
dad.
about it.
You know what I'm saying? You can have a mom and dad in your house. But if you see them go through things, but they never resolve it, how do you know how to resolve things with a man or woman when you get older? It doesn't make no sense. So, yeah, so I feel like my dad is the reason why I had, like, you got to think. And I had, my kids are super tall. I am super tall. Like, when people, it's crazy. People will see.
How tall are you? For those who don't
Probably
know.
like 6'3".
Taller than me, y'all.
Yeah, like I'm almost like 6. I'm almost 6'3". But on like I'm like 6'2.5". But like on the thing, like when people see my name and they're like Tippy tall girl, they just assume I'm like 5'11". You know what I mean? Then they see me, they like, oh my god, like no, I'm that tall.
Like, you tall for real.
No, like and my kids are really that tall, like for real. But everybody in my family's tall. So to me, I'm looking at everybody else like they different. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so it wasn't no way to crack on me because I'm looking at you like, you know what I mean? Like, probably why my mouth was so spicy when I was in elementary school. Like, when I tell you at the table in the cafeteria, I'm shitting on everybody.
Oh, so you was that person at the cafeteria.
Straight
packing on
A's,
people.
but my mouth was vicious. So like, you know what I mean? Yes. So I was like, definitely had people want to steal on me.
The
Like,
head of the pack sessions, yo.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Pack
She was
sessions.
packing on everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, I feel like that initial force field is
So you
built
have
up at
your
home.
dad. And you said, I like how you said it's important to have like both household, like both members
Right.
of the house like in there. You can't just have your mom giving you your mom and dad love.
Yeah,
like, you need
no.
both of them. And that's crazy because like that's how we like people my age think. You know what I'm saying? Like they be thinking like, you know, well, because a lot of women my age didn't have their dad growing up.
Yeah, and you
So-
can see it, huh?
Right. And relate.
Right.
You can see it clear as
They
day.
want because women act like the big bad wolf. They don't have a man in a house. They be like, I can do it by myself. You cannot. Yeah, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? You cannot. And, but like, I'm never gonna say that I don't need a nigga. Are you crazy? Like, what? And I don't treat men like that. I'm very submissive to the men that I'm with because I feel like that
man.
is your king. Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I mean,
talk
why
about it.
should you do not let, just the same way it shouldn't happen on your end, do not let the first person to tell him that he is enough or important or say hello to him or ask him how you feeling be somebody outside your house. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting right there with him. So it's stuff like that that's very important. Yeah, so when I got married straight out of college, people was like, it wasn't cool. Like, people was looking at me like, what did you get married for? I'm like, my parents was married 40 some years. Like, I met somebody that I felt like he was my person. Why wouldn't I get married? You know what I mean? So, I mean, and marriage wasn't bad at all. Even though, like I said, going through like a divorce process, I feel like every 7 years, 5 to 7 years, people change. So
every 7 years,
about 5 to 7 years, that's I feel like you have a pivot in your life, and if y'all don't pivot together, you know, sometimes it doesn't work out forever. But that doesn't mean that it's anything wrong with either one of you. And then again, people don't always stay on top of their mental health, especially black men. So it's like,
you think so? I think it go both ways.
It goes both ways, but I feel like it's more of a stigma for black men to not, like, you gotta be, you know what I'm saying, tough, you know, you gotta work through it. Why you crying? Why you whining? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you complaining? Let that nigga tell you what he need and listen. Like,
hold on. I need the pause.
Like, you gotta listen.
Cause yo, I don't know who I was saying that to, but I'm like, yo, like, as a man, a man wants to feel like he can talk to somebody, and not just his homeboy all the time. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, I fuck with my homies,
but nobody know more than a man than a female.
You get what I'm saying?
Because that laying in the bed, like, you at your most vulnerable state. They telling you everything, and that's why when shit go wrong, girls will what do they call it? They'll activate. Like, they will, because they know so much about you, they will take that sensitive information and throw that shit in your face, and you be sitting there you be like, bitch, that's why I couldn't trust you, because there's certain things that should never come out. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that should never, you know, okay, yeah, he had these things happen to him, and that's why he is where he is now. But if he said that with you and you're his comfort place, be his comfort place. Like, people don't understand. They so used to drama and arguing, and they raise up into that. So, like, I've actually gotten situations where I was dating this guy where he actually would try to physically fight me because I wouldn't fight him back. He called me like an ice queen. Like, I'm somebody who will shut down. Like, I'm not gonna physically fight a man. For one, I might lose. Like, I don't want to black out. I'm not dumb. I ain't trying to get choked. But my whole thing is just because he's so used to arguing with his mother, seeing his father argue with his mother, he's like, now we're in a relationship. You ain't arguing with me, so you can't love me. And I'm like, no, you just got to learn to love wrong. Like, that's not love. Like, that's just, you know. Like, so, it is what it is. Like, I refuse.
That's real, though.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you said that from a woman's perspective, though, because a lot of women, like, don't know that shit.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of women
Shout
just
out
be
to
thinking,
good
like,
black fathers. Like I said, my father told me from young. Like, he'll just tell me to act like a lady. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? I was a tomboy, but at the same time, like, even if I could be raunchy or be extra outside the house, I know better that when it comes with my man, I know better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to make him look crazy. I'm not going to disrespect him, because I want him to be in my life, and I feel like he deserves it. If he makes me feel like a woman, why not make him feel like a man? So, yeah. So,
ladies, listen. This is for my ladies right now. I hope you're listening.
I pray y'all listening.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you treat your man right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you feel like he's the one, then make him the one.
He is the one.
You know what I'm saying? Don't make him feel like he the two. Cause he the one for you, baby.
And you know what is, you know what's weird? Like, even another thing that we talked about. Like, I tell all my business on here, but
go ahead, do your thing.
You
this
know,
is a safe place.
It's a safe place.
The
right?
Double O Show.
Yes, us and everybody that's on live right now.
You get what I'm saying?
So yeah, so I always talk about dating a married man, and I went through like I said, I got diagnosed with uterine cancer. That might have been February of 2020, right before the pandemic.
Oh wow!
But previous to that, I started dating a guy, and he was just amazing. I mean, just like very, you know, he just paid attention to me, paid attention to what I liked. He showed up for me. He didn't expect nothing from me. We weren't even like getting physical because, like, at the time, the reason why I knew something was wrong, like I had this elongated like period, like 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't like we were getting physical. It was just more or less just like we were just kind of building a bond with each other. So when I found out that I got diagnosed, he told me I'm married. So,
Damn.
you know, but his dad died of cancer. So he was just like, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay with you. We're going to get through this together. And he ain't lying. He was there. And during the pandemic, the one thing that I appreciate that they gave like free therapy to people who had preconditions during Corona.
Okay.
So I got like a free 12 sessions, and I would just talk to my therapist like, I feel so bad. I'm like dating this married man and whatever. She was just like, if society told you that this wasn't wrong, if you didn't have this pressure and all this that you put on yourself, would you still be dating this man? I'm like, absolutely. She's like, why? And I told her the reasons why. And then she got him on the phone, and he was like, if you weren't married, would this be your person? He's like, that's my person.
That's a good
Yeah,
therapist.
she was like that. He was like, yes. He was like, be honest with you. He was like, I feel like, just like with me, he was just pretty much just sticking around because, you know, he's a good dude or whatever like that. But what I noticed is this. If your man, and this is, and even as a female, if there is certain things, like they just want to feel like they can be with somebody who, for one, listens to them.
You talking about the man?
The man.
Okay.
Even a female is like that too, but mostly the man. Like I felt she was just like, I offered to him a safe place. Sometimes men want to feel like they're needed. Like, you know, being around certain females where they be like, well, I could do this by myself. But you don't have to do it by yourself. You know what I mean?
It's okay to get some help.
Yeah, like you ain't gotta be Tony's shoe. Let that nigga love you when you do something. Damn, let him hold the door for you. But yeah, like she was just like, why don't you let it run its course? You know what I mean? Because society tells you what is wrong and right.
Right.
And then people always be like, well, what about being polyamorous? And what about being da-da-da, whatever? Like, my thing is like, this is more like a cultural thing, you know? Like, it's like being married is almost like getting a driver's license, or like, it's not, actually getting a driver's license is, the way that we go about that is smarter than marriage. Like, every couple years, you got to renew it. Why are we not renewing marriage licenses?
Certificate.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, people change things. Like, just like the reason why they renew your driver's license, because your vision may go bad. You may, you know what I'm saying, lose some of your skills. So I don't understand why it's not the same thing. It's just, this is all like constructs to me.
They just renew the vows for real. That's all they do.
But it don't mean, this shit don't make no sense, to be honest with you. I mean, I understand, and even monogamy, it don't seem natural, but my thing is this. I feel like if me and him met outside of our situations, we probably would have still been together. You understand what I mean?
So.
But he told me from the beginning he was never going to leave his wife. And I told him from the beginning, I just really need somebody here with me right now, because at the time, you got to think, I was still married. My husband didn't show up. So you think we in the middle of COVID. I got 4 kids with me. I just bought a house. I got diagnosed with cancer. My husband never showed up. So my thing is like,
it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. I could barely walk up the steps. I had lost 75 pounds. I couldn't eat shit. You know what I'm saying? They tried to put me in hospice. So I went to the hospital, was getting blood transfusions and stuff like that. They like, you're having these periods. You can't keep blood in your body. They're like, if you go to sleep tonight, if you have another period, they're like, your brain or your heart gonna stop. I'm like, well, just take my shit out. Like, give me a hysterectomy. So then they're like, well, we don't usually give hysterectomies, you know, to women your age unless it's a reason. I'm like, hello, you telling me I gotta go into hospice? Like, that's the other thing with black women. We have to literally be on our deathbed for a doctor to do anything. Like, they feel like, they're like, well, when you walked in here and you seem like you're okay, like, what do I have to show you I'm in pain? What you want me to cry?
Like, what the fuck?
But that's really how it is, you know? So I told him, all I said was, give me a biopsy. If you take a biopsy, you find anything, give me a hysterectomy. They did a biopsy, cancer. Okay? They gave me the hysterectomy. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
it's just crazy. Like,
that's wild.
It didn't even matter. But, you know, like I said, I mean, my thing is this. You only live once. I could have said no to this guy. I'm like, oh, you're married. I'm never going to date you or whatever like that. And then where would I have been? I feel like he's somebody who willed me to life. because I didn't want to live no more. At the point, I was just like, I can't do shit. I can't take care of my kids. Everybody helping me. Like, I just couldn't do nothing. Like, I was like, nobody showed up for me. You know, you can really get into a place where you just like I'm just not good enough.
Place,
You know what I mean? Like, but he was just like, he literally was like, girl, get your ass up. I remember like, I felt like I could not move. He was like, girl, if you don't get your ass up, or he'd be like, go do this. He like, come on, we going to the bathroom. Come on, we doing this. Come on, we doing and I swear to God, he got me fat again. Like, he, you know, flew me out for the Super Bowl and stuff. Just doing stuff to just make me feel like I'm good enough.
Like
you know what I'm saying? And be honest with you, and that's what I'm trying to say, even on the male side, like, if you find somebody that's down for you, if you find somebody that makes you feel good, make her feel good too. It's not tricking if you got it. And that,
you know
period.
what I'm saying? Pushing P out this motherfucker.
Guys always want to make it seem like, oh, I ain't throwing her no money. Why? You want your girl here looking crazy. You want your girl here, whatever. She literally holds you down. Like, y'all should be a team. Y'all shouldn't feel like y'all like competing against each other all the time. I don't want to win. I'd be like, do you want to be right or do you want to be happy? I tell people that all the time. Like, I want to be happy. I don't care.
That's
Fuck
real.
it.
Hold
That
on.
is real.
I gotta go back to the applause button.
But I say,
Hold on.
Jewels.
That
Hold
nigga
on.
Jewels dropping jewels.
Yo, cause she's saying some real shit, y'all. Like, damn, and it's just nice to hear that from a woman's perspective. You get what I'm saying? Cause women, like I said, my age probably wouldn't be saying this shit right now. Like, they be like, no, tell that nigga to buy you a bag,
Right?
And you know what I'm saying, take his money and dip. You get what I'm saying?
But
like,
you know what's
money,
crazy?
dip out.
I was saying at your age, and that's why I was married. You ain't saying that's what I'm trying to say. I was married at what? I'm about to say 21, 22.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not saying that you should get married that early, but I was doing what I'm saying. It's not like I'm just talking. You know, so it's just like, you know,
this is real. This is real life.
y'all want a
like,
ring so
This
bad.
is real rap in her.
Be
you
worth
know
a
what I'm saying?
ring.
No cap.
Be worth a ring. So like,
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be wifey material.
yeah,
Man, that's wait.
fuck a wifey wife.
When she say y'all want a ring so bad, be worth the ring.
Be
See,
worth
that
the-
ain't the applause right there.
Like,
'Cause
be
that's
worth
real.
the ring.
That's real.
You gotta be worth it.
On both sides, that's
You gotta be
real.
on both sides. You
on
gotta be
both
worth the
sides.
You
ring.
gotta be
for
worth
real. Cause dudes get rings too. So
Real talk.
right.
Oh, that's
Shit.
real. That is real.
So I want to get a little messy.
Let's get messy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, you open that shit up, man.
Hey,
What's
shout
up,
out.
Ricky?
Shout out to the
Shout
special
out to everybody that's
delivery.
been
you know what I'm
staying with
saying?
us. We've been on here.
Yeah, we've been on here, and you know what I'm saying. We still,
It's only 7 o'clock.
It's only 7
You know
o'clock.
what I'm saying?
It's only
Yeah,
7
it's only
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
you know what I'm saying.
Look, I ain't even been drinking like that. I'm
You-
so proud of myself.
I feel like I've been drinking more than everybody.
They
Yeah,
litty.
this
Oh,
shout
they
out-
in it, they doing this joint lit.
Shout out to
Yeah,
the special delivery.
Child special delivery.
You know what I'm saying. Hold on, one more, just one more. If you don't know Tippy, this is my favorite button, the applause button,
Oh,
because I feel like everybody needs applause in their life. You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to just press that button just to,
thank
know,
you.
applause.
Give
you
me
know
my
what I'm saying?
flowers.
You
Don't
know
want
what I'm
mine.
saying?
I like orchids. So like,
So I'm gonna get, like I said, I'm gonna get a little messy.
hey, boo.
I'm gonna ask you a little something.
Okay, sure.
So you said, you know what I'm saying, this was off mic conversation, talking about 1500 radio,
Okay, yes.
and you talking about how you left
Yeah.
1500 radio. So I want to know why, because I'm part of, you know, the of the podcast.
Yeah, the 1500
side.
family.
You know what I'm saying? We all family. Shout out
I
1500.
love that.
Shout out
Shout out to
1500.
1500 podcast.
Shout out
City,
1500.
Pod City. Sid Savage was in the building. Treehouse, all of them
Yeah,
in the
they all
building.
shout out
Lady
Treehouse
Merc,
gang. Treehouse.
Kingston,
is
y'all. Like I
motherfucker.
could go for days. Shout out, like I said, TK, Cheap Party Rock. I love y'all. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, the family. But
My fault. I took a sip.
I absolutely had to step away.
So yeah, so I just want to know what happened. I just want to be nosy. I'm gonna be
Yeah, no
honest.
problem. I don't
just-
mind.
So what happened? I want to know what's going on. What
Um,
happened?
like I said, I definitely
hot.
feel like I said, I blame it on myself because I feel like everything else was like a residual effect of me saying a quick yes instead of saying a slow no.
Okay.
So like I'm telling you, I'm in the midst of selling a house, renting an apartment, my kids going their senior year, my twins, my friend passed away. It's just so my son moves to Tampa. Like I quit my job and I still said yes to come on to a morning show. And I'm not a morning person. I have heavy anxiety. You understand what I mean? I lost my insurance. So I'm not taking my anxiety medicine. You understand what I mean? It's so many things. I lost my therapy because I don't have any insurance at this point because I quit my job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like you can have a large amount of money, but you ain't got no damn insurance. It don't even matter. So yeah, it was just like, you know, I'm coming in every day. I don't necessarily like I said, I went to radio school, but I don't fully know how to like run the system, things of that sort. So I'm kind of like a B mic. And then it's just like, I don't know. It's just all these things are running through my head every day, and it just was overwhelming. But I wasn't telling anybody else about it really. You know what I'm saying? And it just came to a head. Even when I got past some things, I felt like the whole time I'm just like, I could be investing this time in myself. It's so many things I wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because of the time constraints. Like I said, I still have to be a parent. My parents, not my father, but my mom, she's not necessarily somebody, you know, she got to the point where she's just like, you done had another child, that's your child. I mean, I know I didn't help you before, you know, watching your kids, this, that, and the third, whatever, you know? So you're like, this last one is on you. So I'm talking about, I'm coming off the radio, she hit my phone. Like, I get off the radio 10:05. She like, you on your way? Okay. So, you know what I mean? So I finally, even getting my daughter into school, it's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much, you know what I mean?
So life was just...
Yeah, like, and I'm always the strong person. I'm always the one that, you know, if somebody need me, I'm there for them. You know what I mean? And that's why I gave the fast yes, because I felt like I was needed. And it feels good to be needed sometimes, but if you can't do it, like, come on now. Like and the biggest thing probably was me losing my friend. This somebody I was with like every other day. Like, this was like my homeboy. Like, he like, yo, let's go up, you know what I'm saying, Golden Drag. And I'm like, yo, let's go, you know what I mean? Or like, I'm at a show, he coming with me, he driving me to my shows because I hate driving, you know? And then for him to just be gone, and right before he died, we had the worst argument ever. When I say it was horrible, and be honest with you, I was dead ass wrong. Like, I kind of fucked his birthday up.
It was his birthday and you was fussing with him?
I went on his birthday. It was just a mess. Man. Like, it was a mess. It was a mess. I can't even make it even less than what it was. I've never did no shit like this. I would never like ruin somebody's birthday, but I swear to God, it was just one of those things where I probably was just stressed out myself. And I made it about me when it should have been about him. And I was going to apologize. I knew I was going to apologize to him. I just was like, I'm going to wait. You know what I'm saying?
Just gonna wait.
And I never got the chance to apologize. Like, he was gone.
So what does that tell you, like, as far as your words, like your choice of words? Does that make
oh
you
my
like,
God. Like, just the power of when I tell people all the time, tell people the people that you love. Like, every time I seen him, or even my friends, I tell him I love him. Like, I know he knew I loved him. He just was like, you want some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, you wrong. And when you ready to come apologize, just apologize. And I'm just like, well, I ain't ready. But I swear that guilt just ate me up. When I say, I used to tell them that he was haunting me after he died, because we'd be in a radio station and it'd be just wild shit happening. I'm like, I swear to God, this nigga is haunting me. Every time I ever went back to his house, because I would like come to his house and like drop some shit off with his son, I would trip. Like, it felt like somebody scooped. Like,
damn,
I would trip up the front. I was like, yo, like, I know how to walk. I swear to God, I feel like this nigga is still haunting me. But yeah, like, yeah, you gotta be like, I'm telling you, life is too short for this shit. Like, we be making these like quick, long-term decisions that really are going to affect you. Gotta really think through shit and think if you are in a place to handle something. Because I felt bad. I'm on, somebody that I really respected. I'm on his platform knowing I don't want to be there. You know what I mean? And so many other people that love this spot. Yeah, it fit. When we got on that radio, we was golden. You understand what I mean? Like, you couldn't have a better fit between three people.
Real talk.
But, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't authentic. And I'm somebody that have to be authentic to myself. So, and that's how I kicked it. You know what I'm saying? When I decided that I was going to resign, I literally was just like, hey, y'all mean I want to hear this? You know what I mean? Like, we had, and shout out to Roby Trucking. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had somebody who I was sponsoring the show and everything. But you know, when you sponsor somebody, you get sponsors. They're sponsoring y'all together. You know what I mean?
Not just you. but,
Yeah,
like,
so
the
I
group.
ain't trying to like mess nobody money up and shit like that. But baby, like I can't keep living like this. Like
You know
I
what I'm
really
saying?
got like my kids are really looking at me like, you know. And then like one of my daughters, she was going through a rough time. So I mean, it's like you don't feel like you have to give an excuse, but because like I said, it's somebody else's platform, you want to let them know. I'm not just on some like, oh, I don't like y'all no more. I don't want to kind
You
of
just
work.
want to be respectful. About
Oh, I
it.
want to sleep in. No, it ain't about sleeping in. Like, cause my ass still be up. So you know.
You just dealing with some stuff, and like you
Yeah.
said, that your mental, you gotta make sure your mental straight before everything else straight.
Yeah, it's nothing like when you walk away from something and you feel like you can just breathe. And you like, like that's really, I really just needed that. You know what I mean? I had a homegirl. When her ex-husband divorced her, he was like, divorcing you was like a breath of fresh air. I thought that was the most fucked up somebody can say to you, but the most real is somebody. He was just like, I just had to get away from you. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Damn.
You know what I mean? You don't want to tell somebody that you care about like that, but be like, bro, I had to get away. I can't do it no more.
And that's
period.
That's crazy.
I love
That's
everybody
crazy,
on the
but it's
platform
real.
though. Love everybody. I see, like I was saying when I came in here today, it was a fucking family reunion.
Real
you know what I'm
talk.
saying? And I will book anybody here. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody here. Like if I have something coming up, I need hosts. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's a DJ, come DJ for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you want, like we have shit like where we do not just comedies, but like it'd be like poetry comedies, like commentaries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Somebody do spoken word. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here for all of that, but and Baltimore is too short, so it's like you don't want to burn no bridge or nothing. So
That's real talk, man.
real.
I mean, hey, as long as they know, like, it's all love at the end of the day, you just had to take some time to step away.
and
You
they
know
may
what I'm
not. At this point, I haven't really had any real conversations. I mean, I had some, but not all. So that's what I was trying to say. Like, just the first interview I've done since then. I'm gonna just talk about it, and hopefully they watching. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all.
know what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but
It's
it is
all
what it
love.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with
Cause
that.
there have been some fuck shit I came in with like fuck y'all shit. No, I don't feel that way at all. I have
Okay.
no like ill feelings for nobody. I'm praying that they don't have no ill feelings for me. So
I hope not, too. I
Yeah.
feel like it's all love at the end of the day.
I want to get back on radio one day. You know what I'm saying? I just like when I'm ready. I want to get back on. I want to be able to maybe just run my own show. I don't know, but or maybe not. I don't know, but I like radio. Radio is cool.
It's different for sure.
It's different, and it's not.
For
People,
sure.
this shit seem like it's easy. This shit is not easy.
It's not, bro.
It's not. This shit is
It's
not.
not. Radio is not, because you got to do the time and all that shit. Like, nah, it ain't as easy as what
Yeah,
they
like
seem.
when you don't feel like your energy need to be high. Like you can
Yeah.
hear everything, and then you have people who actually like support you. You start having like a fan base, and you love your fan base. You know what I'm saying? So you feel like you're like letting your fan base down. You know what I mean? When like I said, you can't. I just said this to you guys. Like you can't secure somebody else's mask until you secure your own. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm over here suffering. And I'm trying to make sure everybody else having a
Everybody
good day.
else straight,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
That's part of that. It's like that team thing. Like, if one player on a team ain't right, then the whole team might crumble.
Absolutely.
Because that one player just not right. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
but-
so I understand.
but like I said before, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody at 1500 Radio. I appreciate just the fact that I was able to just have the opportunity, because I know a lot of people have not. And then you working aside people like April Watts and LaDawn Black, Dirty Rice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Waters, all of them. I mean, I can name everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Some real
Bam. You
legends.
know what I'm saying? Even TK, DJ, Cheap Party Rocker. These are people who I've known for years. Cheap Party Rocker DJ my kid's sweet 16 birthday party. You know what I'm saying? He actually was the DJ at Capitol Lounge when I was doing my first stand-up. He
Oh,
was there
wow.
that day. You know what I'm saying?
Dang,
Years
that's
ago.
crazy.
You see how, that's why you don't try to burn bridges with people, because
You never know.
you never know.
You never know.
Who you going to see again. So,
Damn, yo.
yeah.
That shit real. So when you said, I want to ask you something, because when you said time, right, and time constraints, and I remember how you was saying in your story how you sold your house, quit your job. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I want to talk about that, like, because you what it sound like, you just straight took a leap of faith.
Oh yeah.
Like you was like,
I'm talking
nigga,
about no bungee cord,
like you just straight jump
yeah,
off.
fuck it.
Jump.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no step. I'm just falling head first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's very like bold and like honorable, because a lot of people are scared to take that leap. They're scared to like just take that first step. You get what I'm saying? So like, how did you? What were you thinking when you were like, all right, I'm about to sell my house. I'm about to quit my job. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but I know this is what I want to do. If that makes sense.
Well, like I told you, you know, I feel like every girl's first love is their dad, and
Right.
working up to. Like I said, I've been saying for months, I hate this job. And like people were just like, it's a blessing to work at that place. I was like, yo, what they do is they punch you in the face and they kiss you in the forehead. You understand what I'm saying? That is an abusive relationship.
Real
When it
talk.
you know what I mean? They like your check is your compensation. You know what I'm saying? You're just an E number to them. You know what I mean? So for me, it was like, well, y'all don't really give a fuck about me anyway. So let me start putting things in place. The same way you put things in place before you die, I'm putting things in place before my exit or whatever. But it just came to a head where maybe about a week before I decided to quit on my birthday, I found out my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And so they were like, it's progressive. So we were just going to like do this surgery for him. My dad had never had a surgery in his life. This man almost 70 years old. And my mother was like, I have to watch your nephews. I can't take your father to the hospital. I called my boss. I'm like, be honest with you. I know I told you I'm coming in today. I said, I got to take my father to the hospital. She was like, I just want to let you know that you don't have no sick time left, and this is how many occurrences you have. I said, first of all, you didn't even say I'm sorry that your father is got cancer.
They don't care about
bitch. Like,
real talk.
I'm like,
This is
yo,
real
you understand
talk.
what I'm saying? Like, you know
real.
what? It was pretty much was like checkmate. When I was saying like, it was just like that. I didn't give a fuck. Like,
You just
and, like
waiting.
you should be lucky that I even called you today. Fuck y'all. Like, I'm saying like it was enough, yo. I'm telling you. How can you even have a relationship? So many people at that place get divorced, have heart attacks, have strokes. Like we've sat in these like meetings and they'll bring everybody from the call center and they be like, how many people in here have had a stroke? You see half of the call center put their hand up. How many people have got separated or divorced since you've been with the company? Over half of the people with their hands
Since
up.
you've been with
Do
the
you
company.
understand what I'm saying? Then they want to bring people in and try to like help you with your mental health. This is the problem. 16 hours, you only get 8 hours off. You know what I'm saying? You're only getting 8 hours off to do everything in your life. Most people sleep for 8 hours. So now I gotta prepare for the next day, take a shower. I gotta whatever, love on my lover, be a mother. It's it's impossible. It's impossible. So it's like one of those things where that was it. So on my birthday, everybody sending me little gift cards and shit like that. Oh, I was collecting all day. You know what I'm saying? You know, we had this little employee program where you can like take your little points and, you know, like I knew my twin's birthday was coming up. I'm like, all right, I'm about to like quit my job. You know, the money from the house ain't gonna come immediately. I got some money in the bank. I was like, I'm gonna take all these points and just buy my kids shit for their birthday. So they had like a Trippy Red concert on there. I was like, buy that. They had like iPod, like the little new like little iPods. Grab them, you know what I'm saying? Just grab all my shit.
Points,
When I had mad points, yo. I had mad points, yo. It was insane. So I got all of this shit for my kids. And at the end of the day, I was like, I resigned. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna be out of town tomorrow. I was supposed to wear. I was like, I'll hit y'all next week to turn in all my shit. I had like 11 years worth of shit. I had laptops and computer this and that and whatever. So
floppy disk. And
what? Anything you could think of, yo. I had so much stuff. I had like 10 headphones, like man, like anything you could think of. So yeah, so you know, my boss or whatever like that, she hit me like I told her, I said, don't hit me until next week. I'm gonna bring all y'all shit back. So brought the shit back. Got in there, whatever like that. It felt amazing. She was like, where's your badge? I said, oh, baby, it's in the bottom of the box. You ain't even got to worry about that. I was like, have a blessed day, and I left. I was like, it felt amazing. You know what I mean? It felt amazing. But like I said, it was the best decision I ever made. I've been paying myself ever since. You know what I'm saying? It's so wonderful when you could just like subsidize your own income. You know what I mean?
Man, that's very like inspiring to somebody like me, because I'm still working. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at that point where it's like I quit my job.
Yeah.
But it's like, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm being real, some days I just get that that urge was like, I could just say fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just really just focus on me.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I stay have a plan. You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, have a plan, definitely put some money in the bank. Just have some shit already laid out. You don't want to just be dumb. Like, you know what I'm saying? One thing about me, I've always calculated in what I'm going to do, but,
so you don't
that's not
overthink
something that I
anything?
would, I'm definitely a overthinker. Like, I think everything out. I probably think conversations out before I have them. You ever plan an argument before you actually had an argument?
Yeah.
You be like, when I see this bitch, I'm gonna say da 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 da, like, and then you don't say none of that shit when you see it. So
Real talk.
like,
Yeah,
so
I felt that. I plan times where I go up and like, what am I say to this girl when I see her? You know what I'm saying? Like, you be trying to plan shit out. Nah, I understand.
yeah, I'm definitely an overthinker, but it was just that I don't play with my father. I don't care what nobody say. Like, I do not play about him. So yeah, somebody just told me that they said they had to leave that job before, and it was a lot of weight taken off their shoulders. Shout out to you.
Because I really feel like, yo, like you said, when you told them that you had to take your father who has cancer to the hospital, she didn't even ask you.
She didn't
you
give a
nothing.
fuck.
No
They didn't
emotions
care.
were involved. All she did was strictly policy
Yeah.
guidelines. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That corporate fucking mindset. And I don't want to be wrapped up in that shit. Because
Yeah.
I know what I want to do and I know where I want to go. And I really feel like the job is just holding me back.
Some of the worst supervisors I've ever had were black females. Or because I feel like sometimes when you put black people, because of how it's institutionalized racism, because it's like once we get a little bit ahead, we're so afraid to lose that position that we literally were like, oh, these
we would
niggers.
do anything to keep that fucking
Exactly.
manager
What?
position.
And then they could be like gatekeepers. It's like you really could help us through. But no, like I feel like that's how we ended up in the slavery. It was a couple people that was just kind of like, bruh, y'all
Master
my
said-
enemies. Y'all my enemies. No, I'm talking about Africa. Y'all my enemies anyway. So these white people like, I'm gonna give you all this artillery and we gonna, hook you up, but we gonna go grab all your enemies and shit.
That's
But
real
now
tough.
looking at it like them black bodies is
You.
their gold.
Right,
They're
right.
the artillery. And now you make yourself so weak. And that's what I feel like with my supervisor, she was like that. I'm just like, yo, when you was looking for somebody to have your back, I'm looking at you like, bitch, you on your own, because you've been giving me the shit ever since I've been here. These white girls, they start crying real quick, and you be like, oh, just take the day off, get
Real
some time
talk.
to yourself. I'm over here like, bruh.
Like, I'm struggling out this
I'm doggy
motherfucker.
paddling. Like, I
Tell
can't
you,
breathe.
tell you, be
I'm,
strong,
but
yeah.
my numbers, that was the wild thing. So you know how they give you exit interviews. So they give me an exit interview, be like, yo, you've been working here 11 years. You know what I'm
Why
saying?
do you wanna go? What's
your
going on?
numbers is one of the top in the whole. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, they be like everything but your attendance. I said, but I'm also somebody who was diagnosed with cancer. Like, just because you get a hysterectomy, they take the cancer out. Your body ain't right. So
You still
I
gotta
had
heal from that process.
ain't no healing.
Yeah.
Ain't no healing. You know what I'm saying? Then you know what I'm saying? Yeah, stuff happens in your family, stuff happens around you, whatever like that. So why is a person that numbers is this good, somebody that been with this company this long, that has always supported the company and has a bad moment, and you have literally shitted on her? Don't ask me why I'm exiting. What did you do to keep me here? They're not
Whoa.
retaining you. You know what I'm saying? And this is relationships. This is
Whoa.
friendships.
Yeah.
My thing is this: when I'm going through some shit, if I've always been there for you, and you see me doing some fuck shit, why you ain't reaching out and be like, yo, this ain't you,
Because
and
some
you ain't
people
trying to
don't
retain
know.
me?
Exactly.
They don't be knowing further, or sometimes they just think like
They don't
you know what
care.
I'm saying?
They don't got the patience to understand.
Or they
We
can't
talked
see
about
past
this before.
themselves. Like
Yeah.
like I'm saying, like I said, when I do some fuck shit, I apologize. Like I know when I do stuff wrong, but it's more behind it. I ain't just doing it to do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
Like-
reason behind when I'm doing what I'm doing. But sometimes you be doing shit just to do it.
Yeah, when I get drunk, baby, I say that about Virgos. Virgos are very like
You believe in science?
hell yeah.
Astronomy? What's it called?
Hell yeah.
Astronomy.
Right. It's not astronomy. Astrological sign.
Oh, astrology.
But I feel
Astronomy.
yeah, but I do feel like people do fit within their signs. And you can, depending on if you closer to another sign, I feel like you do pick up shit from other signs.
You
But
think so?
hell yeah.
What's this sign?
I'm a Virgo.
I'm
And
a
how you don't know?
I'm a Gemini.
I don't know too much about Geminis though.
From what I hear from other people, especially women, they always say like, "Oh no, y'all crazy."
I
Y'all
didn't like
two-faced.
Libras. You know, like because all right. So I think Gemini's a
Oh,
Libra.
shit.
Are you a Libra?
She Libra.
Let me tell you something. First of all, they
Oh.
always say that female Libras are liars. I'm gonna start and stop there. But they don't lie just to lie. What they do is they lie because they don't want to hurt your feelings. So they'll give you like, you know,
Oh, fuck that
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? They give you like the little.
It's
you know
like
what I
a
mean? They
I
don't
know
want to
what you're
say
talking
no.
about.
They don't want
Yeah.
to say no, so they'll just lie.
They'll sugarcoat.
They're sugarcoat
Okay,
shit, but
okay.
it's a lie at the end of the day. And they don't take accountability for the lie. They just be like, but then, and you know. But I feel like Libras on them people, they're scales. It's kind of like, you know, they weigh situations and they take them as they come. But if you do something to a Libra, it's not over until like what I'm telling you. Let me tell
Like,
you.
that's me right there.
And like, and they quiet assassins. You know what I'm saying? Libras are quiet assassins, and I love Libras. Virgos and Libras are friendship signs. So, but Gemini, I've heard Geminis are like that too. It's just like you don't know who you're gonna get who you're gonna get based off of the situation is what it is.
Exactly.
So they
I
could
feel
be
like,
the
yeah.
nicest or they could be the numbest, and they gonna be
Real
like.
talk. I feel like that describes me. I can be cool. I just won't say nothing. Like I'm just chill. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
what's going on in your head in the background? What's about to happen next is what I want to know. So yeah, but I definitely believe in signs. But I feel like I always say with Virgos are very responsible
You say
to
you're-
a fault.
You say you're a Leo.
No, I'm a Virgo.
Oh, you're a Virgo. Okay.
I'm a Virgo. All my daughters are Virgos. My dad is a Virgo. My brother's a Virgo.
Damn,
I'm saying
jeez,
everyone in
what
my
the
family are
fuck?
Virgo, but we all act the same. It's like we always worried about everybody else. I feel like we're like the public service sign. Like we're the ones who we give so much we're deficient. You know what I'm saying? When we really could just stop. And still have enough for ourselves.
But y'all give everything
We
to
give
everybody.
everything. Like I have daughters who I be like, where's the bracelet I just gave you? Like, oh, I just gave it to my friend. Or they be like, I'm like, did you eat lunch today? They're like, no, my friend didn't eat lunch, but now you starving. Like they just always giving.
Right, that's how it be.
And it's like I just be like, I can see it happening. I'll be like, don't do that because you need to keep enough for yourself. Of course, I'm older now, so now it's like I done figured it out. But damn, all them years that I was running around on shit.
Let me ask you something. So when is too much for you? So when do you know, like, you know what, this is too much? This is too much of me, like giving too much of my energy to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, when do you realize that, okay, I need to save this for myself? Not being selfish in a way, you get what I'm saying? But you just want to protect with what you have.
I'm like, you're just not happy. You sitting there and you just miserable. Then it's not for you. That's not, you know what I mean? I mean, it's okay to be sad one day. I feel like people should feel that feels. It's okay to cry sometimes and stuff like that. But you crying every day. You sad every day. You just feel empty every day. You ever just sat there, you weren't like physically crying, but it felt like you was like crying on the inside. Like, no.
Because you like,
You shouldn't be walking around like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know when enough is enough. But it's just, I just feel like Virgos, they just go so much further and so much longer. You be like, damn, you just gonna do this forever? That's probably why I was married for so long. I could have been nipped that in the butt earlier, but you know, he got a couple years out of me. But I was smart about it. It was like once I realized that this shit was like really like going downhill, I was like, can you teach me how to cook? Because I didn't know how to cook. He was an amazing cook. He was just like, you know, he probably ain't want to teach me shit, but you know, he taught me how to cook, and now I cook amazingly. Because I was like, I wanted my kids to still be able to have dinner every day and still be able to have somebody to, you know, wake up to breakfast and stuff. So
because you knew like this shit ain't gonna last.
yeah, he taught the kids how to cook too. So it be some mornings I get up, my daughter cook the whole breakfast spread, like,
You know what I'm saying?
and teach your kids young, like, I'm one of them people, like, you know, as soon as my kids is old enough to like pick stuff up, I give them little bins and I start labeling shit and I, you know, show them how to, like, you know,
I know
clean or show them how to, like, that it's so put things on their level. Give them little coat racks so when they come in, they put you like, put your shoes right here, put your this, that, because people come in my house and they be like, how you have all these kids with your house look like a museum? I said, I've been teaching these kids since they was little. They be like, my friends don't even do chores. I'm like, yeah, y'all clean tubs, y'all clean ovens.
Real talk.
Yes, no, dead ass. You shovel, they cut grass, like.
Once
I
you
even
teach them, you gotta get them young, man. You gotta get them young.
Yeah, I
'Cause
even-
they'll learn that way forever.
I even had a damn joke where I would say like, yeah, when me and my the married guy I was dating, I used to call him my sponsor just to be smart about it, like almost kind of like he was my sugar daddy or whatever. But I was like, every time he would get mad at me, he would cut my lawn service off. Yeah. And my kids would be looking at me like, oh, you like almost kind of like my coochie ain't shit because now they got to cut grass again. Like, look at this bitch can't even keep a man to keep the lawn. You know what I'm saying? Like, but dudes be doing stuff like that. Like, you come back and he be like, what? Your damn XM radio off and your lawn service canceled and stuff like that. You like, damn, you had to get me back like that. Like, but
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta use the bathroom. So I'm gonna play the song real quick.
Hey.
Until I come back from the bathroom.
We taking a break, but we coming right back.
Just a quick break, you know what I'm saying? Cause nigga, I don't want to keep talking to you, man. You know what I'm saying?
You like somebody to clean up on our own. No, that's funny.
We got some Thug and Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the phone. We gonna bump. Damn, y'all, it's 7:41.
Experts in online education.
I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the longest time I didn't had a guest on like real live talking on this thing.
It was 2 hours. You should have told me I was only an hour.
No, not even an hour for real. It's just. I be cutting it short sometimes because I feel like I didn't say what I had to say, and then we be like, all right, we good. But then now it's like I'm chilling. We just freestyling, so we just talking. You know what I'm saying? So we on this motherfucker. But we gonna use my whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't got no other segments and stuff. Like, what's y'all segments that y'all do on here? I need to know more about the Double O Show.
I'm be honest. We don't even. I just come on here and just talk, and then I take my breaks, and then we talk again, and then I talk, and then that's it. We done.
Like, okay.
I'm trying to. We gonna listen more on the way. Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned. I don't want to say too much, but I was gonna ask you. Do you believe in like soul ties? Because we was talking about some stuff off camera. Off microphone, off the air. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna ask you that. Do you believe in soul ties? You know
absolutely. That's, hands down. I always tell,
especially when you're doing it.
I feel like having sex when it comes to men and women, it's different because I feel like men, their organs on the outside. And with women, it's on the inside. So I always tell women to be more careful because you're bringing somebody into your body. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So people think, oh, as long as I'm keeping myself protected, okay, you ain't get an STD, but you got demons up in you because I feel like
that's true.
It's just some people that they just not like when we was talking about hurt people. That energy is a whole nother thing, and I feel like with women. Like I said,
women carry that, don't realize it. I think I really feel
like I said, bringing somebody, just the same vessel in which you birth somebody, you're bringing somebody inside of you. So it's like your body is set up you're here to reproduce. Like even though we may think we're here for anything else, we're here to reproduce. So like I said, it's when you start having sex, your body is still setting itself up thinking that this is going to lead to a baby or it's going to lead to, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like all of that shit is connected.
Right.
So that's why I always when I look at astrological signs, like I was just saying, I look at conception dates, like that around the time. So that's why it's always going to be more of certain signs based off of like holidays. So like I always think that's why it's a lot of Virgos and Leos or Libras because of Thanksgiving, Christmas, going into like that New Year's type thing, and then you got the Scorpios that's around New Year's and stuff like that. Then you got so what was the Sagittarius? They come around Valentine's Day. So, but yeah, I believe in all that shit, and I believe in like I said, there's certain signs that are friend signs.
What's in February? Because the girl I'm dating a girl right now. Shout out to my baby. And,
he said, "Shout out to my baby."
She live in.
She know who she is. So.
Right, she know who she is. You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Oh, that was magical. That was so magical.
You know what I'm saying? But she like her birthday is the second week of February.
I feel like it's Aquarius. I could have swore
and I'm a Gemini.
I hate Aquarius, but it's mostly men because I feel like that's the what's it called, like the daydreamer sign. Aquarius, they do not stamp nothing until they're ready. If you ain't the one, you're never going to be the one for the Aquarius. Like they will make every excuse on why they cannot do something. I feel like I always say that they get in their own way. You know what I mean? On some type of stuff where, and it's not, they're not bad people. It's just more or less just like almost, Cancers and Aquarius do the same thing. They make up their own, like
Logic.
You know what I mean? So you know what's right and what's wrong, but in their mind, they just like, but you know what I mean? But yeah, like until they're ready, if you're not their person, you ain't never gonna be that person. It ain't even worth like putting, you know, the effort beyond a certain time with them. But if you are that person, they will love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unconditionally. You will know. You will know. Yeah, but
I knew, nigga.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Look, he about to get married and shit. Let me be the flower girl. Can I be the flower girl? Like, I want to be the flower girl.
You know, you say you got married at a young age, and I know my grandmother got married. Like that's stuff that like our past generations did.
My ex-husband was 19 when we got married. 19. He had already been in like a relationship for like 4 or 5 years though. I'm like, why were you in a long term? But I think because his parents, Baltimore situation. His grandmother died like violently. So his mother had to kind of like raise her sister. So she may have been like 11 or 12 and like kind of had to take on like an adult role. She got pregnant at 12 or maybe like 11 or 12 and had his older brother at maybe 12 and then got pregnant with him at like 13 and had him at like 14. So it was like he came out of like almost kind of having to raise himself, you know what I mean? So it was like he just was like he met me. And he just said, like, he was like, I may not know if I'm ready to be married, but and he told me this later on. He said, I just knew I didn't want nobody else to marry you. And it was kind of selfish, but at the same time, I appreciated him, taking that leap of faith on me because I didn't know if I wanted to be married. I was the one that almost left. You know what I mean? Like, people
You feel like it was a blessing or a curse?
It was a blessing. Because I feel like when everybody else was out here trying to find themselves, think about it. I have homegirls that was sleeping with like 3 to 4 men a year. I think I was married for 15 years, and I was with the same man. You going through all these different like roller coasters up and down with 3 to 4 men a year. You know what I'm saying? And at least I was putting that into one person. I can't say I tried. I feel like he tried. I feel like it just wasn't negative. Like our good was so good. You know what I mean? Like he was very attentive to me. He treated me like a princess the majority of the time. But it was those times when he kicked me off that pedestal, boy. It's nothing like the person that can treat you the best. That can treat you the worst. So and it was just because same thing. He didn't understand resolve. It goes back to. He came from a broken home, you know what I mean? But I did not. So I kept trying to make excuses for him. Yeah. And he was just like, yo, I know it's me. You know what I'm saying? And I once I realized, yeah, it really is like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where I started learning shit off of him. So yeah.
So do you have any advice for people, I guess, in relationships? Because she didn't spit a lot of gems tonight.
Yeah, everybody I could tell
on some real shit.
That's why I loved having that. Like I said, that love advice. Like that's something. That's why I said I'm writing a book. The book is going to be called Just Put the Tip In. And I'm going to give love advice, and it's going to be one is going to be a coffee table book, and the other one's going to be an audio book so that I can kind of
just talk about.
And shout out to April Watts for telling me. She was just like, I used to tune into your show every day just to hear your segment. She was just like, I love hearing you give like this love advice. And it was like, I will always put like real, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff that you can use on a daily basis in it, but just making it funny. You know what I mean?
That's what I need. I need a love segment on this show.
I want to do it 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it like a coffee table book at 30 days worth. Keep putting out different volumes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, do it that way. But yeah, you said what you were saying.
What I said.
You said what type of advice?
Yeah, like because you've been married. You got married at a young age, and you were married for quite some time. It wasn't like you just married for 2-3 years.
I did a bid. Definitely did a bid.
You definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
So what do you say like to people who may not necessarily like are married at this age or want to get married, but just are in relationships and maybe are in long-term relationships.
Okay.
So like maybe they had a boyfriend for a year or two, or somebody had a girlfriend.
It's
for
terrible
a year
that you
or
feel like
two.
a year or two is a long-term relationship. When I was young, people would be in these 7-10-year fiance ships, and I'd be like, no,
I feel
you
like
should
a
never
year
be
with
engaged.
a person is a long time. Like
I feel like after people, one thing I can tell you is if that person is marriage material after the first 2 months. Marriage material. Not saying that you want to marry him. I'm talking about marriage material.
they be saying men know within the first like 2 weeks. That's what they say.
Women know too. Women, they know. But sometimes they just want to get married. You know what I'm saying? That's different. But do you want the marriage or do you want the wedding? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people just want the wedding. I could give a shit about my wedding. Like,
Fuck about that shit.
even the way he proposed to me, actually, we had already had a cruise set up. I had never been on a cruise, and I was actually scared of cruises. And he was like, well, we just laying in a bed, just kicking it one morning. He was just like, well, why don't we just make the cruise our honeymoon? And I was like, well, how the hell is the cruise gonna be our honeymoon if we ain't married? And then he proposed to me, like he just slid a ring on my finger. I was just like, oh shit, like, oh, this nigga really trying to marry me for real, like. And like, you know, it was this whole thing where when it comes to like, it's constant work. You're not always gonna be in love. Like, people want to be like in love. It's not in love. This person becomes your family. So if you don't have no aspect of how to treat family or like what it is to have, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, it's people that they don't love their siblings well, or like they don't love their mother well. They have mommy daddy issues. Like, if you don't have that concept, it's gonna be hard to make the person that you're in a relationship family.
So you're saying
So
that it's bigger than the person that you're dating.
it is bigger than butterflies every day. It's, you gotta look at your situation. It's not just financially, it's stability. See, people don't understand stability doesn't mean somebody's doing, it's like 50. It's not 50-50. What it is, you know how some people say it's like 100-100. Like, you need to, where you fall short, the other person should be picking up. But my whole thing is you have to constantly work every day to do your part. And it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean? Because it's like a well-oiled machine or whatever like that. And sometimes the person's going to fall flat. Don't just take that as, oh, you've always done this and now you didn't do it and now I'm going to throw you away. I always tell people there's nothing out there. Once you find somebody that you can see that this shit is actually like working with and surviving with, and it's no issues, it's no problems, that's wonderful, but you need to choose that person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people these days don't want to choose, or they always think it's something else better out there. It's not. I tell people it's not. Because, you know what I mean? Like, how did you get a year or two in with this person? You know what I mean?
Right.
You had so many other people you probably done slept with, so many other people that you done met, but this person, you didn't got a year or two in. At that point, you should not go past that second year without y'all making something like, all right, are y'all gonna, what's happening? What we doing?
Yeah.
What we doing is, it's okay to say, ain't nobody trying to trap you. It's niggas out here that could do more. It's girls out here that could do more.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
stop
yeah.
it. Like,
I think people don't want to take that time no more to like get to really know somebody.
you gotta get that. People send their representative. I say probably the first 90 days.
That's a trial.
And-
That's that free trial shit.
You can't. I wouldn't even tell people to just say that somebody's their girlfriend in the first 90 days. Not saying it's a 90-day rule. You know, y'all have sex when you already have sex, but people start showing their slip. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like you in church and a lady slip come up. People start showing their slip around like between that 60 to 90 day part.
Once they start feeling comfortable.
They be trying to hold on so bad. They be like, that, but that's not you. Show me who you really are. Like,
from day one.
Yeah, like,
so
if
that way I know what I'm dealing with.
they're not going to show you from day one. That's like, because you want to put your best foot forward. But see what that girl look like without makeup. See what he look like with no haircut. Can you deal with that? What if he gained? What if he gained 30 or 60 pounds? Would you still want? Would you still attracted to him?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? People.
What if my car broke down? Would you
What if
still
I
fuck
didn't?
with me?
What if I didn't have a car and if I didn't have a house and I got you pregnant? Am I a deadbeat ass nigga now, or is it just that I'm going through some shit, but I had one when I met you? You know what I'm saying? Like, people can't even make it through one life event together.
Yeah, that's real.
One.
Damn.
That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
So that's what. That's that. It was.
They be wanting this picture perfect
Ain't
relationship.
never
but
gonna be that.
ain't never that.
People move hella fast in this generation. I ain't gonna lie.
That's our generation,
I
bro.
tell people
we be
all-
pumping and dumping out this motherfucker. You're
I tell people all the time, like, I'm about to say, I want to, like, okay, like, y'all definitely, I don't know. I think it's because y'all heat up all y'all food in the microwave. Like, I call y'all, you understand what I'm saying? Like, y'all just want y'all shit now. Like, y'all like the ramen noodle, like, hot Cheeto kids.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like,
That's real,
bro,
though.
you know what I'm saying? My kids got cooked dinners. Like, yo, I tell them all the time, yo,
It
don't be
wasn't fan
Takis.
ramen noodles.
I tell them all the time, don't be Takis, yo. Like, they're like,
So we
like, yeah.
McDonald's, yo.
McDonald's kids. McDonald's should be a treat. It should not be your everyday meal, yo. Like, I mean, that shit. But I mean, that's
That's
the
real
best
talk.
thing I could say, yo.
That's
like,
real,
treat
yo.
your relationship like a fucking steak dinner and not a fucking
Treat
right.
that bitch like Ruth Chris.
Yes, and then maybe she'll get you Ruth Chris. How
You know
about
what I'm
that?
saying?
Period.
real.
Right? You guys,
That's
and,
real.
and all
That's
I'm
real.
saying is, I just want to be the flower girl at
That's
the
real.
wedding. Like,
Real talk. She gonna be my flower girl, y'all. That's real.
he got me over here spilling my. That is so funny. I can't wait.
Yo,
though.
Tippy saying some real shit. What's your
Yeah.
real name? I feel like I know
My
your
name
real
is
name.
Tiffany.
Okay, I just wanted to make
yeah,
sure.
yeah, man. My
Okay.
name is Tiffany. You know, like shit. I don't mind people knowing my goddamn name.
Okay,
Like,
I just
my
wanted to make
kids call me
sure.
by my first name. I'd be like, hey, god damn it. So like,
That's my sister. My sister name is actually named Tiffany.
oh, I'd be like, yeah, I'd be trying to explain. I'd be like, yeah, my name's Tiffany, like the jewelry. They'd be like, oh, okay.
Like you can buy me some if you want to.
No,
You
it's
can
not
go
even
to
just
Tiffany.
that. Like, I was about to say, since we got some Nigerians in the room, I don't think the name Tiffany is like in an African culture name, because I swear to God, every time I would meet, like, I'd be like, hi, my name is Tiffany. They'd be like, Stephanie. Like, no, I'm like, that is not my name. It got to a point that, you know, everybody calls me Stephanie. I'd be like, just, that's fine. Like that, I'm Stephanie. Like, every Nigerian, and then maybe because they have a lisp, you know what, people with gaps, like, they had like this, you know what I'm saying? But they be like, Stephanie. Like, oh my God.
If you try,
Or they call me Gail. Hey, Gail. They call me, oh, what they
she
call me?
said Gail.
like instead of saying girl, say Gail. Or they be like, pretty girl, no pimple. What do they say? They be like,
Fine girl, no
fine girl,
pimple.
no pimple. There we go. They be like, fine girl, no pimple. Right. Yo, it be so much shit. Yo, I used to go off, like, and I loved it. Like, when I was
Love
pregnant,
it.
they called me 3-in-1. They be like, she's 3-in-1. Right? Like, I loved it.
Shout out to my Nigerian.
I love
folks,
it.
man.
Yo, jollof rice, let me tell
love
you.
my family.
Like, egusi soup, peanut soup. Like, I'm like, you don't even know. Like, I'm immersed. So,
My
like,
family, my family.
I am
Good
immersed. So. Mhm.
Yo, that's funny, man. That's crazy.
Should be hilarious.
She said Stephanie.
Nobody knows my. They do not call me. I've
Gail.
never had.
I swear they don't get the names right. Especially when
Everything-
they get up there in age, they're not gonna. Get
Oh
the
no,
name
They're
right.
gonna call you whatever they call you, and you just,
Yeah.
and it's
What's
okay.
this-
Like, I'm never
what's
gonna
this
disrespect
your
you. Yes, this is your name.
Hola,
They be like,
what's your
okay, oh, right. Everything is old. This old.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Hey,
had a
girlfriend.
grandmother on my dad's side. My grandmother on my dad's side never knew my name. Every time she get on the phone with her, I'm like, "Hey, grandma." She like, "Hello."
Yes.
How
oh, my
are
babies.
you?
Yeah, yeah, my babies.
How are you today?
How are you today?
Sometimes
Yeah.
you got siblings, they mix up the name.
Yes.
There be times like I'll call somebody and they say her name
Her
instead
name,
of my name. They'll be like, hey, pal,
Especially if all your names are close.
Real talk.
Yeah, like
I be
all of
talking-
their
yeah.
families' names start with you. So they be like, oh, they come. Also, Nimka.
Like I've had
Oh,
people.
boy.
not me, that's not
And they be
me.
like, that is not me at all. Like,
Yeah, they
That's
just
like-
this
call
shit
like
is so cute to
they
me.
done ask me, yo. They like, how's Toomey doing? And I'm like, I'm on the phone.
I am Toomey.
I'm right here. I'm
Toomey
doing
is
good.
here. Like, it is hilarious.
Shout out to my Nigerians.
I'm
man.
like, for
Just
real.
all love, man.
Love it.
All guys out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Unfortunately, my time has ended. Man.
Yes. This was amazing. I
This
appreciate
was
you.
nice.
Thank you.
Like, I appreciate you coming through. You-
Absolutely.
Listen, third time the charm.
Right. I'm about to say, you want to talk about this man.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
I'm gonna explain to y'all real quick. First time, First time I forgot. I'm not even gonna lie. First time I forgot. Second time I had COVID.
Yeah, that's a good enough reason.
You know what I'm saying? I had
bring me-
COVID. I didn't say shit to nobody. Like I was just
It's almost like you got AIDS these days.
like I didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah,
I was embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed to get something that everybody's been affected? But it really is like that. So.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I got fucking COVID. I'm talking all this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got fucking, you know what I'm saying? And then third time, I forgot again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just be real. Like,
I'm the most forgettable as
it's not even you. It's
6'2"
me.
female in life. Like, I'm just like, nah, but no, it is all love. Like, from the time I met this guy, it's almost like having a brother. Like, we used to just, like, they be like, who's going next? I be like, Big Gucci Osos. Like, you know what I mean? He be like, I'm not ready. I be like, he's ready.
Tiffany going through
Yeah,
it.
he be like, nah, she going next, right? Man, that shit is funny though.
It's all love, man. I appreciate Tiffany for coming
Yeah.
through. You know what I'm saying? She came through and spit, and she really spoke to y'all. And she spoke to me, spoke to Timmy, spoke to Palumi. So
Yeah.
if you weren't listening, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry, it's gonna be on Spotify.
That's what I'm talking about, Spotify. Yeah,
You know what
send
I'm
me the
saying?
link. So I'm
I'ma
gonna link
send
it
it
to my.
to you.
I'm gonna link it to one of my thousands of pages. So
You get what I'm saying? The video gonna be out soon. Audio
Yeah.
gonna be out in a little bit. But Tippy Tall Girl came through. Make sure y'all y'all follow her on her many different
yeah,
accounts.
just put in Tippy Tall Girl or just put the tip in. Something going to pull up.
Something
Going to come up. You know,
You know
what
what
I mean?
I'm saying? Real quick though. Do you have like another comedy show coming up? Because I know you you did the first one. Just put a tip in.
That was December 18th at Dream Mega Lounge. So my next one, I'm gonna do February 26th. I'm stamping it today. This is the first time I said the date.
Oh shit!
And
We got an exclusive.
I'm gonna do it at Dream Mega Lounge. Now, if anything changed, I'll put it out there. But shout out to J Hunt and Ace for, holding me down or whatever like that. Morgan alumnus. So yeah, Morgan State University.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna be there. Just put the tip in volume.
February 26th.
26
Then we gonna stamp it
at the Where Lounge, the
Dream Mega Lounge, 10 South Calvary Street.
Okay.
Yes.
Dream Mega Lounge. I'm
Support that black-owned business. Dream.
You know what I'm saying? And so that was a lovely doubly. I said doubly.
Doubly. That's you should say that on here. That's the new word. Doubly.
Lovely doubly.
Lovely
Lovely episode of the Double O Show. You get what I'm saying? Another applause. Thank you for tuning in, tapping in. Make sure you follow the kid. Make sure you follow the young
Please
man,
do.
the handsome host @_ the Double O Show.
This nigga needs to do yoga.
You think so?
I think so. You should do a yoga class.
I'm gonna be on that soon.
That would
I'ma
be
do
lit
some
because
yoga shit
your
too.
voice is already ASMR. Like he
think
just
so?
talk to you and he's like the nigga from Allstate.
You
so.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
just
saying? You heard it first. You know what I'm saying? You heard it first. So I'm gonna end it out on a chill note. I like Future. Future's one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
sensational. Right.
Sensational.
Sensational.
So we're gonna play Married to the Game by Future. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, I ain't gonna play the ad for y'all because I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. But in the meantime, you get what I'm saying? Make sure y'all follow Tippy Tall Girl.
Hey.
Make sure y'all follow Toomey. Make sure y'all. Palumi don't got no Instagram, man.
Yo, just
But
Man.
don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry. She gonna get one soon.
Baby
you know what I'm
goat.
saying? The baby go gonna get one
Mind
soon.
yourself.
goat.
Right.
And make sure you follow me.
Baby goat.
Make sure you follow 1500 Pod City Radio. Download that app. Make sure you follow 1500 Radio. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody getting it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my young go-getters, my young ballers, my young shiners. You know what I'm saying?
And my
We
old
all tryna
heads.
make
Don't
it.
let them.
Yeah,
Don't
old
count
heads.
yourself out. It's on. Look, you almost 40. You can start today.
You can start today.
You got
tomorrow.
40 more, 50 more years in your life. Start today.
You know what I'm saying? You got it. You know what I'm saying? Viola Davis started so she was damn near 50.
How about
You
it?
get what I'm saying? And look
Samuel
at it now.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Samuel
Yeah.
Jackson. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So listen, don't listen. I would be quiet.
Hey, shout out to Allstate because y'all got a candidate with
Please
double O.
get this
You know
nigga
what I'm
on
Shout out to
stage.
Allstate.
Because we ain't
Nike. Yo got a tape Nike commercial that's lit. I was like, yo, I'm about to go get some shoes today. Like,
Just do that shit.
I'm
You
gonna
know
get some
what I'm
kicks
saying?
today, right?
So we're gonna play Married to the Game, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in, tap in. Thank you for tuning in once again. And we out, y'all. We out.
Peace.
We out.